going on, spiritual family? In today's video, I'm gonna be going over some questions that I was asked about December 21st. But before I get into that, let's watch this video on 2012, and I'm gonna give you my explanation on these different clips.
Now, the victims, and we've seen many, are said to have adhered to the Mayan quiche calendar, which predicts the end of time to occur on the 21st of December of this year due to the sun's destructive forces.
Thank you, Mark. Strangely enough, scientific records do support the fact that we are heading for the biggest solar climax in recorded history.
Now, I really don't know if the sun is going to wipe out humanity like in the movie 2012, but I do know, according to the early civilizations, that on December 21st, the winter solstice, the sun went out for 3 days, and it resided on the southern crux in the constellation. The crux is the cross in the constellation, and this is when people thought that the sun died, the sun being Jesus, the Son of God. And this is where people say Jesus died on the cross. The crux is the cross in the constellation. The sun resided on the crux, the cross in the constellation, for 3 days, only to be resurrected on the 25th.
It's the apocalypse, end of days, the judgment day, the end of the world, my friend. Christians call it the rapture, but the Mayans knew about it, the Hopis, the I Ching, the Bible.
Alright, so, and this is what I mean by I'm really not sure if the world is actually going to literally end on December 21st, because this is where people get the whole rapture and the end of the world. Verse Matthew 28:20 is when Jesus says, I will be with you even until the end of the world. And people misinterpreted this in the King James Bible version, when it was actually supposed to say, I will be with you even until the end of the eon. Eon meaning age. So it would go, I will be with you even until the end of the age. Jesus was born in the age of Pisces. So all Jesus was saying is, I will be with you even until the end of the age of Pisces. And then after the age of Pisces, we go into the age of Aquarius. So this is what Jesus goes to say about entering the age of Aquarius. Verse Luke 22:10. I got it written down. Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth. The man bearing the pitcher of water is Aquarius, who is always pictured as a man pouring out water. He represents the age after Pisces, when the sun, God's son, which is Jesus, go into the house of Aquarius. So I'm really not sure if the world is going to literally end by the sun obliterating everybody on this planet that's not in alignment with the Earth's vibration. I'm really just not sure. So it's all referring back to ages. After the age of Pisces, we go into the age of Aquarius, and Jesus was born in the age of Pisces. So that would, I guess, mean the end of the world, which would be the end of that eon, which is age.
In times, the Mayan people were the first civilization to discover that this planet had an expiration date. According to their calendar, in the year 2012, a cataclysmic event will unfold caused by an alignment of the planets in our solar system that only happens every 640,000 years.
So it's saying, according to the Mayan calendar, 2012 is when the world will end. And also, according to the Mayan calendar as well, 2020 is actually the year 2012. And every 640,000 years is when every planet aligns. This is where you might hear people saying, when every planet aligns in the sky, this is where we start to get superpowers, and the sun will start to emit radiation and activate our DNA or whatever. Now, I mentioned this in my recent video about December 21st and superpowers. I honestly think humans would have had superpowers if there wasn't the Matrix trying to keep humanity distracted and all that other stuff. There's a shift in consciousness right now, 3D, 4D, and 5D. So with this shift in consciousness, humans will evolve, and this may partake in having superpowers. And the only reason there's room to say that humans will have superpowers is because our physical body is here to help us in this 3D materialistic realm. There's a higher self and there's a lower self, and who we really are is our higher self. We are actually light interdimensional beings, and that's where that power would stem from, stemming from our light body, our higher selves, which is who we actually are. We are naturally spiritual and vibrational beings. Our physical body isn't really who we are. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So yeah, that's what superpowers would stem from. And I mentioned this in my recent video about December 21st and superpowers. With all the planets being aligned on December 21st, already knowing that planets have a huge effect on our emotions, such as the moon having a huge effect on our emotions, sun having a huge effect on our emotions. Now I know the sun is not a planet, but in astrology, your sun sign is how people view you. It's your ego and your identity. Mercury in retrograde will have a huge effect on our emotions. Mercury talks about communications, and I can already feel the effects of Mercury being in retrograde right now. With Mercury being in retrograde and Mercury talking about communication, you may feel the need to express yourself and communicate a lot more than usual. This may be expressing yourself to somebody. This may be expressing your truth. This may be coming out, starting a YouTube channel and communicating. This may be wanting to become a rapper. This may be wanting to become a singer or a writer. Whatever deals with communication, you may feel the need to communicate more than you. So with all the planets being aligned on this day, I'm pretty sure humans will be feeling a little different than before.
Stop what you're doing.
Jackson?
Listen to me. I've rented a plane. Pack up the kids. I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes.
What are you talking about? We were going to do our regular Saturday. No has music at 2 and Lil has karate.
I would expect him to run. Hey, California is going down. Pack up the kids now.
They just got back. God, you sound like a crazy person. The governor just said we're fine now.
The guy's an actor. He's reading a script. When they tell you not to panic, that's when you run.
All right, so this part right here is just plain out funny. Now I'm gonna just say this: you is not gonna hear any of this about December 21st, the winter solstice, DNA activation, or all the planets being aligned. You're not gonna hear that being talked about on the news. While they're telling you not to panic, the world ain't ending, whatever, this and that, that's when you know shit is about to hit the fan. So when shit do get serious and they do come on the news, which they might come on the news and start reading the script, just know that that script that they reading, whatever they saying, is gonna be BS, bro. It's gonna be BS.
Seems to me that the worst is over.
Just like in this part of the movie, that dude was reading the script. He was reading the script, and just when he said the worst is over, which was something that they told him to say, it was in the script. Just when he said that, what happened? Now that that's over, let's get to the questions that I was asked. Number one, will we still have school after we reach the 5th dimension, or while this is still going on? Now my take on this is, I really don't think schools are gonna be a thing. Like college, high school, elementary school, all of that is probably not going to be a thing anymore, because as of now, people are doing school over Zoom meetings. So you already see school is kind of not being a thing anymore. It's being handled over technology. So eventually school won't be a thing. Now jobs, on the other hand, some jobs are actually needed. So some jobs I feel like will be here still, but most people won't be at work, depending on what their job is. Now that's during the New World Order. After everybody reaches the 5th dimension, I'm pretty sure school and jobs just won't even be a thing, because everybody will be on the same level of consciousness. Everybody gonna be on the same level of awareness, and school and jobs just won't be a thing. A government won't be a thing. And I'm speaking in terms of after everybody reaches the 5th dimension. Now this is even when I'm not here anymore. When I'm not here anymore, humanity will keep on evolving past the 5D, past the 4D, into the 5D. All right, on to the second question. The second question is, what can I do to raise my vibration to the 5th dimension? Now, I'm not gonna tell you to plain old get some sunlight, meditate, eat fruits and vegetables, and do all that. I'm not gonna tell you that. This is how you really gonna raise your vibration to the 5th dimension. Focus on yourself. Do shadow work and face your demons. Do what you need to do. Like, focus on yourself as much as you can. Do as much research as you can. Get to know yourself as much as you can. I feel like being spiritual and raising your vibration is all about getting to know who you truly are on the inside, healing your trauma, doing shadow work, facing your demons, doing research, and of course staying out in nature, sun gazing, meditating, and all that other stuff. But that's just like the common way of raising your vibration. If you want to truly raise your vibration and expand your consciousness and awareness, focus on yourself, focus on healing yourself. Do shadow work. Shadow work is all about healing trauma, healing parts of yourself that you just put off to the side, doing the inner work you need to do to raise your vibration and become the best version of you. So number one, shadow work. Number two, face your demons. This may be addictions or things that's holding you back. Number three, focus on yourself and your self-growth. Number four, meditate. Meditation brings answers. Number five, do research. find answers to your questions. The more research you do, the more you will be able to expand your awareness and therefore raising your vibration. If you apply all of these things, plus eating the right foods, plus sun gazing, plus meditating and all that other stuff, you will naturally raise your vibration. I honestly feel like you raise your vibration the more you get to know who you are and healing yourself, becoming the best version of yourself. Only you know the things that you need to do to become the best version of yourself. And in becoming the best version of yourself, you will raise your vibration to the 5th dimension. All right, so the next question is, do parents choose if their baby ascends to the 5th dimension? Now, well, child, I honestly feel like if it's a baby, babies are naturally in tune with pure source energy. They are already connected to their higher self. So I honestly feel like the baby will naturally ascend to the 5th dimension. Now, I feel like if it's a toddler or a preteen or whatever, they will have to choose on whether or not they want to ascend to the 5th dimension, just like everybody else has to choose to go to the 5th dimension. They have to work on themselves and their inner vibration. Because the 5th dimension isn't actually a physical place. It's a state of being that you have to reach within yourself. And then once you reach it within yourself, everybody will then have 5th dimension outside of them. And that is when we all as a collective ascend to the 5th dimension. And this is when everybody is on the same level of consciousness and awareness and vibration. All right, so those are the 3 questions that I was able to answer. If you guys have any more questions that you want me to answer in another video, I'll be sure to do that. Just drop them in the comments down below. But without further ado, hey, and also, by the way, if you want to learn how to ascend to the 5th dimension from the 3rd dimension, the 4th dimension, and the 5th dimension, go watch my recent video. Well, not my recent video. I'll actually put the link in the description down below if you want to learn how to ascend to the 5th dimension step by step through 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimension. So yeah, without further ado, y'all stay positive, and hopefully this video enlightened you on something, at least something, on December 21st and ascending to the 5th dimension. But without further ado, y'all stay positive, y'all stay happy, and most of all, just be thankful, man. Your boy been out here getting his sunlight, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all stay positive, y'all stay happy, and most of all, just be thankful. 11-11. I just had to get this on camera real quick. Now watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Whoa! You know what I'm saying? I had to elevate, open my mind. I had to get it, I stayed on my grind. Stay on your pivot, my nigga, and shine. Man, my nigga, this shit came with time. I could just levitate, watch how I do it. I had to meditate, I'm feeling lucid. See through the matrix, so no, I'm not losing. I'm rocking them Christian, you hear how they moving? Yeah, you hear how they moving? Yeah, you hear how they moving? If I got the sign and the crowd going wild, my aura is out.